bam, bam.
It's like a choir going on here, eh? Anyway, fam, hi. Welcome back to our channel, to the regular daily list. If you're new to the channel, I am Dise.
And I am Richo.
Yep, and together we are Richo Dise. And it's so great to have you guys join us today on yet another episode
Of what we wish we knew in our 20s.
Yep. Thank you for engaging with us on this series.
We are so happy that you are enjoying the series
Yeah.
and you taking the little nuggets that we can give from the experiences that we had in our 20s.
What I love the most as well is that it's not just us sort of sitting here and dishing out that info.
Yeah.
But it's you, fam, as a community, as a family. We're engaging down on the comment sections.
We love it.
And that's what I want. And that's what I love. That we become more together, a family.
Yes.
Right? I mean, this is
Beautiful.
fam bam. We're a family. So your voice matters. We do see your comments.
Yes.
And we do our best to obviously respond and reply.
Yeah.
And continue to do so.
Yes, we love it. And for today's episode, we are talking all things mental health in our 20s.
Yes, but before we jump into mental health and how we experience mental health problems and how we overcame mental health issues, today's video is sponsored by Betterhelp.
Yes, and Betterhelp is an online therapy service that has over 20,000 licensed therapists.
Yep.
Listen, that has helped over 2.5 million people globally.
Wow. And Betterhelp also conducts online therapy sessions for individuals like you and I. We get matched, or you get matched with a professional therapist.
Correct.
And the beauty about Betterhelp is that you can conduct these therapy sessions on your cell phone or your PC, your laptop.
Yep.
So that's quite great. It's so convenient. But as usual, we always have a goodie for you guys, right?
Always have a little goodie for you.
Yep. So with Betterhelp, we have arranged a small 10% off when you sign up for Betterhelp. The link is down on the descriptions. And we're going to share a little bit more about Betterhelp later in the video. So stick around. Don't run away, fam. So let's get into our mental health issues.
Yeah.
And what we experienced in our 20s, because that's why we're doing this. We're trying to share with you, fam, probably you in your 20s.
Yeah.
How did we survive it? What did we do right and or wrong?
Yeah.
And what could we learn from it? Babe?
Listen, I think
Why is it important?
it's
Better health,
important to
mental health.
mental health. I think mental health is so important in
Yeah.
your 20s because your 20s is a big transition from being sort of like a child
Yep.
to transitioning into an adult, into a young adult. There's so many things that's going through in your life. You may be starting school, you may be changing friends, maybe you're changing location, no longer living where you used to live.
Yeah.
Maybe you experience loss, of so many things. There's so many things that are impacting your life and you don't know how to deal with it.
Yeah.
Maybe you don't have someone to talk to during that time, or maybe you do have so many people around you, but you just don't have someone that you trust, that you feel like you need to talk to, and therefore you end up harboring so much of emotions, so much of your transitions. You feel like other people don't understand you. They feel like you're going through it alone, and that Disa won't understand my experience.
Yeah.
So and then you actually don't realize that you're going through something.
Yeah.
And for me, in my 20s, I went through quite a lot. I think it all started off firstly with that unplanned gap year that I took. After matric, wanting to become a pilot, aviation is very expensive, and not being able to have funds to be able to go through that process, I took an unplanned gap year. And during that gap year, I was a bit saddened. Because in South Africa, in aviation, there's not a lot of sponsorships that happen that are given out. So I couldn't apply for anything. I went through the banks and I tried to apply there. I was unsuccessful. And just during that time period of just not getting started, and obviously seeing my peers, starting through university, because I didn't get that university experience. I always tell Disa, remind me to say, I didn't go to university. I went to flight school. And, I wish I had that experience, university experience. What is it called? That first week when you go through
like orientation
week, you know, I see people posting about orientation week online on Facebook,
yeah.
and I would be like, oh my gosh, you know, I wish I could have that. I wish I could experience that. It looks like so much fun. You know what? And just, it was a bit saddening for me. It was down. It just made me feel like I didn't fit in the world, that, oh my gosh, here I am just sitting at home, just playing games, not really progressing in life. And I think a lot of people, or a lot of young people who want to go into university and they don't get that experience as well, obviously it does impact them a lot.
Wow. So obviously you went through the motions of feeling left out, rejected almost.
Yes.
Sort of like everybody's going ahead of you.
Yeah.
And you're like falling behind.
It does.
And
to add on that, sorry, my baby, to add on that, it's like, you know, you're seeing your friends develop and you're seeing them, you know, interact. And when it's time to socialize, I don't have those, I don't have the insight.
Yeah,
you
so
know,
you're not relatable.
I'm not relatable.
Yeah.
You know, I'm the one left out. Or that actually made me become more quiet and more reserved, because I couldn't relate to majority of the things that they were talking about. I didn't know what the latest trends were, even though I would be watching Facebook or whatever. But it still didn't resonate with me, whatever they were going through. So therefore that impacted me with my social anxiety. So that I became very anxious when I was around socially around people.
So you were socially awkward.
I was so socially awkward, because I'll be like, I don't know what you guys are talking about. I don't know what the lingo is. I don't know what the latest trends is. Here I am, just a normal person. So yeah, it impacted me a lot with regards to social anxiety and just being anxious all the time.
And I recall, because then that's when like I started knocking on your door in terms of, hey, hi, remember me? Let's be friends again.
Yeah.
And because you were so much of an indoor individual, I think
I was an indoor individual who wanted to be outdoor but didn't understand how to be outdoor socially.
Exactly. And so you had that mental block.
Yes.
And you just, like we were saying earlier, you had that social anxiety. And I can recall even trying to go out with you most of the times, and I could see how anxious you would get even just interacting with people. And you pretty much had no words.
Literally, I'll be so quiet.
Okay.
Yeah. What do
now?
I say?
What do I say?
Yeah. It from a third person, it might seem silly. It might seem like, come on, like, just speak. These are the things, the small little things that will impact you in your professional life.
Yeah.
Because now when you go into a corporate field, those are one of the things that they look for. Those are one of the skills. Communication is one of the skills that they look
That's so
for.
true.
So here I am, a bit nervous, and then I have to sort of kind of push myself into spaces where I need to speak, because I have to, because now I'm in a professional space. I have to learn how to speak. I have to learn and develop that all by myself. But the hard part is that I did that all by myself. And that is the sad part, because when you're doing when you're trying to solve your own problems by yourself, it takes longer, and it does impact your life negatively in the long run.
Yep. And I can recall also this caused you to sort of lose out, or rather lose some of your friends. I remember that some of the friends that you had even were just no longer there.
Yeah. And I just had to get used to the fact that, you know what, my circle's getting smaller, because not everyone is going to understand your situation.
Yeah. Then I became your best friend.
And then you became my best friend, and then you got me out. Thanks, boo.
Got you out. Sure. Okay. I mean, my experience with social, not so much social anxiety, but mental health as a whole. I think being in my early 20s, it wasn't so bad, because fortunately I had the opportunity to study at university. I had friends, good circle of people around me, family and them. So that was okay for me. But where it, if I can identify a point in my life in my 20s where I really suffered with mental health, I think it was when I got into a car accident. I got into a car accident, fam, and I never shared this with anybody actually, besides Richo and my family, obviously.
Yeah.
This was when? A couple of years back.
I'm
trying to remember. Was it?
I think it was 2018 or 2019.
2019.
Was it before our wedding?
I can't can't know.
It was after our wedding.
After the wedding. So
Yeah.
in 2020.
Yeah, so you were still in your 20s. Yeah.
Yeah. I think that event in my life, it was a traumatic event, but I actually didn't experience it that way at that moment. Maybe I was in denial, and I think I was. And I think sitting here now today, I can confess that I was in denial of just being triggered, being anxious, being, in trauma, because I kind of just let it go, because that accident was very, very serious.
The car was written off.
Is written off. My car is written off. It's gone. Like insurance just declared it written off.
Yeah.
So Richo could see that this man is going through something, but because of my personality and
trying to be a tough guy,
trying to be tough and act brave and
brave,
like,
I could see it, and I would ask him, babe, are you okay? Is there anything that we need to do about it? He said would be like in denial. He would not want to talk about it.
I would not want to talk about it, but it didn't cause me to not want to drive again or anything, because really that accident was so bad that the car I got bumped from the driver's side. So I mean, the whole front engine is gone.
Yeah.
So I mean, if I was a little bit more forward, that car would have hit me driver's side. So, but it didn't. Thank God.
The grace of God.
But I think that was one moment in my life where I experienced mental health in a way that I didn't actually recognize it. That actually this thing.
You're not aware of it.
I wasn't aware. Again, I say I was in denial. But again, another event was, as you would know, fam, was when I lost my job, really. And I know I've shared this quite some time now, for quite some time. But as a man, really, I think I speak for all men. When you cannot provide in the house and you have to watch your wife becoming that breadwinner, and you're just struggling to just land a job, interview after interview after interview, and you're just getting rejection. That took, it took a toll on me. Like I couldn't think straight, and like I said before, I was depressed, and who knows?
He was, and again in denial.
Sure, again in denial.
I was trying to motivate as best as I can. I was trying to talk to him about it. He just wouldn't.
Yeah, because I felt like I was letting Richo down. I really felt like I was letting you down. I remember even saying that I feel like I'm letting your parents, my in-laws down, because they entrusted me to take care of you, their precious daughter, firstborn child, our golden child. And here I am, and I don't have a job, and you're the one pulling the weight, and here I am back at home being domesticated. And but yeah, I guess that taught me something. It was good. Richo was quite happy.
I was happy that he could at least help around the house. Yeah. I'm happy that, he wasn't just sitting and just doing nothing.
Yeah, lounging around.
Around and feeling, sad for himself. Yeah. He helped around the house. If there's one thing, I
didn't do that. But definitely it did cause me to become slightly social. I had that little social anxiety as well, because often when we would go out with some of our other friends, because now it's like, okay, time to pay the bill, and I was like, but you know what is good is that at least in marriage, and this is why I love my wife so much, and honestly, it's a tip. It's like, when you have a wife that says, no, here, it's okay, here's my card, my PIN, so put it in your wallet, you take it out and you pay, so that
it's our money anyway.
It's our money after all, but at least it gave me that confidence of saying, okay.
I would sometimes I would be like, obviously hold the card, sometimes then I would whip the card out, but it didn't matter to us, but to know that it made him more comfortable, I think that helped out. That's
it, because for me it was more like, again, a mental issue of being.
But that's society standards as well.
It's not even. Yes, maybe it's societal as well, but cultural as well as how it is. That you feel like the man providing, the man is the one that handles all the financial obligations. But this is the beauty about being married together and being married to such a wonderful partner, a best friend like my wife. I mean, whoa, where would I be without her? But so grateful for you, babe. But that's pretty much what I faced in my 20s.
Yeah.
But then there's also what we faced together as a couple.
Yeah.
In our marriage. And it all started on our wedding day.
Can you believe it? I think our wedding day for me, I don't know if I've spoken to Fam Bam about this, but Our wedding day for me was beautiful. It was amazing, only because I blocked out the noise.
Yeah,
but
we
the
had
noise
to do that. We
was
really
so
did.
loud. I think after the wedding, I was a bit saddened by how people touched me in a negative way, and it really made me sad. I was a bit annoyed. I was a bit just not happy about how everything happened. Not everything. I'm just saying, certain individuals that just made it difficult. This is our special day, and people just decide to not concentrate on the fact that this is your special day, and they focus on their own needs and wants. So obviously that does make you, ponder about it, and just like the days after our wedding, I think I don't know how many times I spoke to you about how I was so upset.
Richo, I wouldn't hear the end of it.
But more so as well, I think little do you guys know that a few days after we got married, when we moved into our house, for the very first time, Disa and I actually had a huge argument.
Like this is
a huge days. Like 3 days
into our marriage.
3 days into,
and we're already
into our, not into our marriage, into living together. After our marriage, which was like 5 days after. Yes, 5 days after.
Yeah. Okay.
I think it was after the traditional.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it was after the traditional wedding. Yeah. And literally, we had the biggest argument we've ever had in our lives.
And we were like, but this is too soon. How can we go through this now?
How could we be in such an argument?
We're supposed to be in a honeymoon phase.
But no, we were not. But yeah, that was sad. But that was just about communication, that we were not communicating well with one another.
And I mean, though we went through premarital counseling and stuff, that was great. It kind of prepares you for what's to come.
Yes.
But then it happens, and then
you try to use those principles.
Then it's no longer the same, and you're like, okay, goodness, how do I handle this situation? But navigating marriage and living together in the same space, it was a huge transition, a huge task for us, because we've never done this before. We've never lived together, as we said in the previous video, living in together for the first time. Miscommunication was huge, and it actually went on even how many years now? 2 years into the marriage, because we experienced a lot of arguments. We still
argue, and we still we were still arguing in a sense of, because I have my opinions, he has his opinions.
The thing is, Richo's hard-headed. Now I get it. Like these are not petty issues. These are like, but why are you so hard-headed? Like, come on. Like,
no,
you're not understanding who I am.
I state facts.
Yeah, but the thing is, like, you will not understand who I am and how I receive, for instance, forgiveness, and how if we're resolving it as a situation, like,
at the end of the day, it's understanding each other's
love language, right?
Love languages and preferences.
That's it.
But you know what?
You just didn't want to understand mine.
And vice versa.
No, I did well for you.
But nevertheless, I think that's what then, how we got through the help with Betterhelp.
Indeed.
And we logged on to Betterhelp, and we registered for it. So basically, you can either register as an individual, as a couple, or as a teen, which is great. It's a fantastic platform. And we decided to register as a couple, which is great. So you go through the questionnaire, and they ask you personal questions about, are you male or female? Where are you staying? Are you staying in South Africa? What are you looking for in your therapy? What have you experienced in your past? And you get literally assigned a therapist within 48 hours of signing up.
And that's great, because you also get the privilege to also select the type of therapist you want. Like tailored down, like
literally
male,
tailored
female,
down.
age.
Do you want a black person, an Asian person? Do you want someone who's spiritual, who's religious?
I was about to say that as well. And it's great in that sense, in that you can get exactly who you want. And the lovely part about it as well is that you can change your therapist as well. So
if you're not happy,
if you're not happy and you feel like, okay, this therapist, I've trialed you for 1 or 2 sessions, not so comfortable or happy, let me get another one. And you can. And it's like at no charge at all. Which is the greatest thing ever. And so our sessions were great because we realized that we do need, a professional now. Somebody who's
because you try to solve between the two of you, but it just doesn't work. So we thought that, getting a therapist will help us deal with past traumas and past things that we've gone through, and then deal with it with someone who can help us and make us see that this is where you're lacking. And we've been through this journey over the past few months. Literally, we've been on this journey.
It's actually ongoing.
It's ongoing. We're still on.
Even currently now with our therapist.
So we've got a therapist, and we speak to her. Either we basically have a platform on the Betterhelp platform app or website, and you you set an appointment with her.
So you can schedule them.
You can schedule or you can even, sometimes she sends through messages online with like worksheets that you guys must work through, we must work through. And then, it's been ongoing. We've been doing this for quite some month. And for me, it has been so beneficial for our relationship. I've seen a change because we are communicating much better.
Much better.
We know our faults. We know where we have to work on. And with the worksheets, we know, okay, this is how we are dealing with it.
And yes, given the traditional therapy sessions in person are great, but with BetterHelp, it's convenient for us because of our situation and how
with our busy lives.
Right? Because there are times where Richo isn't with me at home and she's in another province altogether or another country altogether. We can both log on. So all three of us are in that session.
Yes.
And we can go on with the session. And at times, Richo's there with the therapist by herself because we're on the couple therapy. So at times she can just communicate alone with the therapist.
To deal with what I need to deal with, and then Disa can do the same.
And we've unearthed a few skeletons in our closet that have sort of. They've been those skeletons that
are just hindering.
They're hindering
the progress in life,
in our marriage, in our life, and we're happy that we're actually finding out all these things and cleaning out the closet, because for us it's very important. And we're all about being vulnerable with you, fam. We want to set up our family, in a good or the best slate possible, right? We our heart's desire is that we get to a position and a place where when we bring in these little bundle of joys, that mom and dad are at a place where they're good, they communicate well, they can navigate through issues and problems well. And I know to the outside world it looks like, so you guys have it all figured out. What problems could you guys possibly have? You guys are traveling here then about y'all are doing the most out there, and we're just grateful for that. But we are human beings first, we're 100%. Human beings first before anything. So we go through the motions, we go through the problems, and we working through them. Like any other marriage, like any other relationship, we have our problems and issues, but we are grateful for BetterHelp, and we're introducing this platform for you, fam, because we realize that in our 20s this is something that we would have needed
100%.
Had I known about BetterHelp when I was in my
going
20s,
through what you were going through, I
would have signed up a long time ago.
Same here. I agree to that, because I think that we sometimes get so scared to talk to someone, and this platform just makes it so easy because this person is there for you,
and it's confidential. That's a nice
it's
thing.
Confidential.
Everything
and
is confidential.
It's beautiful, and that's what I would tell my younger self. I would tell my younger self that, get yourself a therapist who can help you,
and a professional
that's licensed. Who's licensed, and who can get you through what you need to go through. If you just feel like you need to chat to someone, there is.
I agree. And for me, it would be, if I was to tell my younger self, is that don't be in denial about your mental health issue. That was me. I guess sometimes you don't know that maybe there's certain triggers that bring it up, but if it's evident and the people that you love the most around you are saying, listen, I think you're going through an issue right now, and especially as men, and that's how I'm speaking to all the guys out there. I know we we want to act tough. We want to act like we don't cry. But I do. I'm like the biggest crybaby. Who knows? But it's so that we can just raise our hand and say, I need help, you know. And Betterhelp is there, you know, to assist in that manner. But yeah, fam, I think the 10% discount is gonna help you to get going, you know, just to set you up. So yeah, don't forget the link is down below.
Yeah.
And yeah, comment down below.
Comment down below, fam, that what are you going through in your 20s, and what would you like help, you know, in which department? And yeah, hoping that you will also tell us that you found a therapist.
Yeah. And how's your session going?
Yeah. Awesome.
But until the next video or vlog, don't forget, subscribe to our channel.
Like and comment, and we love you, fam.
We love you too much. We'll see you on the next one.
Bye.
Bye, fam.